Visítanos en Electromuebles Hermanos Tavera y Tavera Home, la Bonita de Verón, donde el verano se vive con ofertas, calidad y facilidades de pago. Llama ya o visítanos hoy mismo. Electromuebles Hermanos Tavera, tu hogar, tu estilo, tu verano.
Pero que estamos a rular y empezó el verano.
SPS.
Farmacia SPS 24 horas, con un servicio de primera por verdaderos profesionales. Te asistirán médicos y farmacéuticos a tu servicio. Farmacia SPS 24 horas. Si no lo tenemos, te lo llevamos gratis a casa. Farmacia SPS 24 horas, al lado de la bomba Texaco, Villas Bávaro. También contamos con Caribe Express, Leisa y Casa de Cambio, donde lo encuentras todo.
Síguenos en las redes. @puntacanahits.
Punta Cana Hits vive por ti. Si te quieres comunicar con nosotros, llama a nuestra emisora al 809-831-3333. 809-831-3333. 809-831-3333.
Every Friday at 7 p.m., Punta Cana Hits presents What's Up Punta Cana with Christy Maggio, the #1 English talk show in the area, with the best that the Dominican Republic and the rest of the world have to offer.
Hello, hello. Welcome to What's Up Punta Cana with Christy Maggio. It is another wonderful episode, and I am honored today to have here in the studio with me actor, singer, producer, writer, a little bit of everything we have going on here is Anthony Alvarez. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
I'm excited to have you. I mean, I'm like, I write these intros, okay? You're from La Vega.
Yeah.
You were born here in the Dominican Republic. You were born here.
Yeah.
Yes. But you lived in the United States.
They threw me in New York.
Mm-hmm. But then you came back, but you went to school here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I have here, you were in 25 telenovelas. Is that correct?
I lost count. I think it's more than that.
Wow.
I think it's more than soap operas.
Wow. So I want to, like, I know you always, you probably get often asked the same question. Like, you know,
Right.
Where were you, how did you start? How did you get where did you get your tenacity? When did you start acting and know you wanted to do that? Now, you started singing in a boy band.
Yeah, and in La Vega, it was called Wow, like surprise. Like
Yes,
that's
I
the
can't
name
wait
of
to
the-
look up Wow.
That's the name of the band and the boy band, and it was a very nice experience because in that time I remember when I was very young, there was a couple of groups that were very famous, but they were not from here. The big one was from Puerto Rico, Menudo.
Yep.
From Venezuela was Los Chamos. And from Puerto Rico, Los Chicos. Los Chicos was where Chayanne came out. That big famous singer Chayanne was in that group. So that's the guy that blew up. And the Menudo has various, like Ricky Martin, whatever, but he was not in that time. But anyways, that was what the big influence was. And that was what influenced us. It was like a dream. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could be one of these bands, like Los Chicos, Menudo, something like that. It was a big dream in that time. But then we formed a group, and I lived that experience. Maybe to not to that level, but I really did. And that's where we started. That's what the singing part began. But I had an uncle that, rest in peace, that he was a musician and he had a merengue band, very famous in the 80s. His name was Nando Galan. So I think the music comes in the family. That music thing. It was always in my family. Yeah.
So let's think about here you are, you're a teenage boy, and you say, hey, let's start a band.
Yeah.
Let's start a group. We're going to be a boy group. And What was like that first song that you and your friends, if you remember, like one of those ones that you would practice and start singing and you'd be like, yeah, we're going to do this?
Totally a Menudo song that's called Súbete a mi moto, something like that. I think those were the first songs that we did, and I think that everybody was doing it. It's crazy. I think one of those Menudo songs. Then we started doing all the songs of everybody. You know, first of all, it was like playback. Then we started singing, and it was a good experience. I think that was like the first part of what was coming. Yeah.
How long before concept you guys actually said, okay, we're going to do this, till you actually kind of got a break?
No, it was not that. It was just like a phase that was going on
right
in the country, you know, here in the island, and it just faded out. You know, it faded out in a couple of years, but it was a great experience.
Yeah.
And that when it started to fade out, that's when I started finding theater. And then I started doing theater in La Vega. And that's when I started getting very interested in acting and reading books, Stanislavski, reading Lee Strasberg, and all of that. And then I started doing theater. And then I decided to go to New York, where my mom lives, and most of my family lives in New York or lived there. And then I started studying acting in these big schools that I studied. Uta Hagen, whatever, all these schools, all these great acting schools. And I really, really got into theater acting and really started working on my craft and really wanted, and I still want to be. That's one of my things that keep me going, is trying to be a very good actor. Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
We know, many know, there's a lot out there who are listening, who will listen, who then say, you know what? I want that too. You know, you go to a school like that, you're in a same class of hundreds, if not thousands of young people exactly like you who have that drive, have that love, have that ambition.
Yeah.
But you made it. You did it. And many do make it, but not to this level. And some of them quit, obviously, because we can't all make it. What do you think? What was it that made you say, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going.
That's a great question. I mean, quitting in this business, it's like an everyday thing.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people quit. But at the same time, that's of human nature that there's a lot of people that quit.
Yeah.
You know, because anything in life requires sacrifice. A lot of sacrifice, and people just see like the shining star or the like the thing that comes the tip of the iceberg. Then they see right underwater is all the work and all that. It's the same thing. I never, when I started in this, it was never a goal of mine. I did have a plan though. I had a plan. I said, I want to go from here theater. Okay, let me learn what I can. New York, let me learn what I can, whatever I can. Then I said, now is my time to go to do novelas. It was very clear that I wanted to do that. Why? Because that was going to put my image or whatever, my work, it was going to blow up in the world. It was the hardest thing to get in. But if I did get in, it was the one that was going to give me more exposure.
Right.
So that's what I did. And it came out great because I started doing soap operas and I started little by little getting bigger parts, better parts. And it took me like 3 years to blow up in a big soap opera. That one just put me up through the roof, you know? It was a very big hit. And I started with a small character, and they started growing my character. The producer loved it, whatever. And it was a boxer and all that. And I started training because I always like to train for whatever I want to do. Because a lot of people I used to do, I don't want to do it anymore because I don't want to break my back anymore because, the years start accumulating. But I studied in New York stunts. And people don't know that. I do almost all my stunts.
Wow.
I'm like the Dominican Tom Cruise without the money.
Right.
I
love it.
had like 1% of what Tom has. The guy's loaded. But anyway, the Americans are gonna crack up with
Yes,
that.
yes. But you do your own stunts, but you trained for that.
Yeah, I train for my stunts because I like to do my stunts, and whenever I can and I get the chance, I get the stunt people and I drive them crazy. Well, the last stunt I did right now, the ultimate, it was in the movie The Lost City. If you haven't seen it, please see it. It's on Netflix and all the things.
Yes.
Sandra Bullock, Daniel Radcliffe, and all of that. And I have a scene where Sandra Bullock is right next to me and she has a drink and I'm smoking a cigar. And she pours the drink on me and I'm not going to just give the whole thing out. The thing is, I light up in fire, but it's not a special effects. It's real fire. So a stuntman was going to do it. And I go, no, I want to do it. I talked to the stunt people. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Anthony has some experience, whatever this. I told them, I convinced them, and I did it myself. And I was so proud of being lit up on fire and grabbing Sandra Bullock like hair over there. And she's so humble, man. I just have to always say that.
Yeah.
She's such a big star, and you learn about that. It's crazy.
And I think you're quite humble yourself. There's a lot of things that
I'm a disaster.
You're a humble disaster. How's that? But I think that's the thing. Now, one of the important things you said there, though, is that you decided you were going to go to Mexico. I'm going to go into telenovelas.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to do it. And it took you 3 years.
Yeah. So
in that 3 years time, that's a lot. That's a lot of sacrifice. That's a lot of, I'm sure that funding that was difficult.
No, it was very hard at the beginning. Yeah, totally. And when I got there, it was like, thanks to my mom that in that time when she was helping me out economically and all that until I got my feet going. But I did, thank God, when I did a big soap opera, I got a contract and all that from the company. So they were paying me monthly just to be there. They had exclusivity. So that made me get through and kept going. But at the same time, once I started doing soap operas and kept going, I just lost my feet in one time. It was like it took me 8 years, like from 93 to 2000, something like that. I was just feeling like I want to do something else. Like I wanted to go to the next step, but I didn't know how to do it. And then an audition came in, audition. It's called In the Time of the Butterflies.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I auditioned for this movie, and it's Salma Hayek, Mia Maestro, Demian Bichir, Edward James Olmos was there in the movie. Everybody was based on, is a biopic on Las Mariposas here. So that movie, it was directed by a Spaniard, Mariano Barroso, I think it is his name. Well, I auditioned for that movie, and thank God I get a part. And after I experimented movies, a movie set with these people, with all of these people that I admire. Even Mark Anthony was there. He did the first character that was in love with the main character, and I met him there and all that. So when I did movies, that's it. It was like, oh, dude, I need to do more movies. Yeah, and I wanted to do more movies, and that's what my movie career. I did something else. Really started there. It just blew up from there for me, How
interesting, though, too, because you're Dominican and you starred your first movie was in a movie based on
in English
Dominican
and filmed
Republic.
in Mexico because they didn't film it here. We filmed it in Veracruz in Mexico because I think they couldn't. I thought that it was better for them economically or something. Sure, I don't know, but they did something very good. If you haven't seen it, you could check it out. In the Time of the Butterflies is
I saw it a long time ago, but I'm going to now watch it again so I can.
Nice movie, yeah.
But I think that is a very important historical film for this country as well. And you were a part of that. What was the difference between, that you said, oh gosh, I want to do more movies now. What is that dynamic difference between telenovelas and films?
Yeah. Look, telenovelas, daily, we have to shoot a lot of scenes because it's more about quantity and movies are more of quality.
Right.
You could say that there's a lot of bad movies, yes, but quality in time to make it. In soap operas, we have to make like 40 scenes a day.
Yeah.
35 scenes a day. Even 2 units, like people outside shooting 40, scene 40 here, because you have to do in a specific time, like in 6 months, 4 months now, like the last one, we did 90 episodes of 1 hour, and that's 45 minutes each.
Wow.
That's in 4.5 months. So we were working, you work from Monday through Saturday, like 12 or 13 hours is a killer. People don't know that it's really, really, really a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
More than the movie. The movie is more like you're filming like 4 or 5 scenes a day, and it's more taking care of here, it's shooting over there. There's one camera, almost. They use 2 cameras, sometimes 3 cameras, whatever. Depends on the scene, but they try to keep it with 1 camera, so it has to move around. A lot of things have to move around. Lights, a lot of things have to move. So it's crazy.
How did you remember your lines? I think that's one of the things that are that's really important and interesting, because that's a lot of filming, yes, but that's a lot of lines you got to remember on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Did you have a coach?
First of all, no. I think the learning of the lines, every actor could tell you that everybody has their own technique of memorizing lines. I tend to do in a movie, I like to read the whole script first and then know what's up.
Sure.
A lot of people start memorizing their own lines, and that's crazy. I like to really know what the other actor is saying, because that really helps me to memorize what I have to do. And the biggest problem I've always found is that actors have a problem of listening, because you are very preoccupied onto what you have to say. So if you are not listening, you are not really emotionally and reacting. So acting is listening and reacting. That's what it is.
Sure.
But it's so difficult to do, because you put yourself in this mindset and you go like, oh, my line, I have to say it like this, I have to say it like that. I'm really going to say it. And like looking at the other actors like, when is she going to shut up? I need to say my line.
Right.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
Like people like make jokes about it, but that's the truth. So really, to really get a good acting in movie, it's like I learned to really relax, and listen and try to react and then respond. It's so hard, because you're like, your internal clock starts going like fast, and you just want to do it. And that's why sometimes.
Yeah. Now, do you have children?
Yes, I have a 13-year-old girl.
Excellent.
She's driving me crazy right now with TikTok and all that.
Oh.
You know it.
Is she a TikToker?
Oh, my God.
She likes to watch it, or she likes to
watch
create?
it. She's in her room and it's like, quack, quack, quack. And I'm like, what the hell? It's going crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
So did she have that inspiration to be in an actress or be in the spotlight?
She's in Thespians right now, and theater. She loves it. She likes it. So
she loves it, but that's good.
Yeah, but I want her. She's gonna do something else eventually. I think because this is crazy, right? But kids. Whoever has kids, you know it. If they like to be actresses and like to be actors, you have to let them be. You have to let them be it. And if they find a way, it's awesome. You cannot tell them not to do something.
Right.
You got to support your kids. You got to support everybody.
Well, do you give her advice? Does she ask? Did she ask you for advice?
Ooh, a 13-year-old asking an old man for advice? No way.
I mean, but
I'm telling you, no way. It's so like she knows, and it's the craziest thing. It's like, yeah, Lila's dad comes out in movies. Yeah, I saw him with Harry Potter, and I put Daniel Radcliffe. I told him, hey, can you send my daughter a message to say hello, because she loves your movies and Harry Potter and all that, and she sends him and she was showing it to all her friends in
of
school,
course,
and everybody was going crazy and all that, but tell me advice. No, she knows more than me.
I know they all do, don't they? They all do. Well, I have a school here in the Punta Cana area, and so I know exactly what they are. So that's why I was like,
you teach English here?
It's a K-12 school.
K-12.
Yes.
Right.
So we're accredited in the United States and all of that. But it's one of those things that I often ask these questions because I like to share that knowledge with my students. You know, I have one girl who she wants to be an actress. Okay. She's very humble. She's very, and so a friend of one of my friends is Sean Kanan. He's Bold and the Beautiful. You know, he was in the soap. And in the soap, right? Yes, and he was in Karate Kid years ago and stuff like that.
If I see his face,
of course. Yeah. But anyway, so he was doing an online Zoom, and he did an acting class. So I had her go on. You know, we went on and we did the Zoom, and she got to watch it and stuff like that. And she just really got inspired and really wanted to continue.
I'll do one live in your school.
I would love that. That would be amazing. Try to make it happen. Yes. Yeah, so, but what do you tell young people? Like, okay, maybe your daughter won't listen to you, and I get it. You know, you're the dad, and you know, but when they say, "I want to be an actor and actress," because I want to be a YouTube star, I want to be what is the first question you ask them after they say that?
Yeah, the thing is right now things change so much because it's crazy that you could have somebody that has a social media following and crazy, you know, big because of this, because of that. Anybody who wants to be, because right now the confusion is that people don't know how to separate being influencer or whatever that entitles and actor, actress that really wants to do good work in cinematography or theater or whatever and this and that. And there's nothing bad with trying to be a social media star. You know, there's a lot of people that make a lot of money, and that's great. It just depends on what is it that you want to do. When we started, we didn't have a phone with a camera and this thing that's called social media. When I started, there was just traditional TV. That's what's up. Traditional TV, movies. You had to get online and compete, not compare. And that's one thing I can tell the kids. There's a thin line between comparing yourself with somebody and competing. When you compete, you bring out your competition, but you do not compare yourself, because there's a uniqueness in every human being that we all bring something different to the table. And that's when kids right now, they see people on social media and it's not helping a lot. You know, it's psychologically.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, I want to be like, but no, everything is fake. That's why you don't have to compare yourself. You have to really compete in the good sense of the word to try to get better and try to get better and better and better at what you do. That's what I try to tell them.
And I think, you know, that's it's an excellent thing, because when someone comes up to me and says, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a TikTok star, I want to be, my first question, why?
Yeah.
And if their first answer is money, I say, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand the time and the sacrifice to make it that far. So if it's just because of money or because I want to be like this person or that person, but if you seriously have a love or a passion for something that you want to put out there or create or produce, then I think that's a little bit different than just I want to be like this person, or I want to be like that person, or I want to be and I think too nowadays is that so many want that overnight success.
Everybody wants it because it's social media has a lot to do with it. Yeah. Because you scroll, everybody wants to be like very fast. And I said this in Spanish, and let's see if I could make the translation. The translation is like, everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to work to be successful.
Right.
I think it is.
I love that. Yeah. I do love that. That's great, because it's true. You want to be famous.
Yeah.
But nobody sees, and I was just talking to, before you came in, another artist that was in here was, I was telling you, it's like the iceberg, right?
Yeah.
You see the outside, but you don't see all of the work that had to be put in underneath. Totally. For you, I always tell them, because they're all like, I want to be Mr. Beast. And so I always go and say, look up his story.
Yeah,
look how many years he only had like 3 followers.
How many things he's done, and he's built his own way, and that's good too. If you're gonna really do it, like I told my daughter, if you're really gonna do it, let's do it.
Yes,
you have to go all in.
Yes,
like I was telling you, in the music business, I do music as a hobby.
Right.
It's crazy, but I do it. And sometimes they hire me, and if they pay me what I say, I go and sing. I don't care.
Sure.
There's something that's there. But I cannot go all in music because at this stage of my life, I can't. Right now, I have so many things that I want to do. And one thing I say, it's so boring in life. You know what? And it's going to sound crazy. Just to stay doing one thing.
Yeah.
Even if you're good at it.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's true.
Why stay doing one thing even if you're successful at it? But hey, experiment with other things. Life is only one. You have to do other stuff. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Like, take a taste of other stuff in the entertainment business, and thank God things are working out.
Yeah. So let's talk about that, because now you have gone into a couple of different things. One of them being, the shirt you're wearing now, which is Di Novella, Team Di Novella Golf. Like tell us about that, and what that is, what you're working towards.
I'm working towards right now. It started as a crazy idea, and I found this sport, golf, that came late into my life, and I'm still learning it because it's a sport that you never stop to learn. So I was playing today, right now, a couple of hours ago here, and it was crazy how I hit a bad shot and you go, you want to break the stick and all that,
I
want
know.
to throw it in the water or whatever, but then you hit one good and you go, oh, I love that. And then it's like a crazy guy inside of everybody. I think it happens to every golfer. So it's a sport of just relaxing. And I was there and it was raining. Then I was in the little car and I was like contemplating. I go like, even this is good. It's raining. I can't play, but I'm here. But I'm here. It's like a moment of reflection. Well, golf. Then novelas means soap operas.
Yeah.
What I did, what I started, and then I say, hey, we're gonna work. We're working on I have a program / podcast, whatever. Like
nice.
When I'm inviting friends that work with me, actors, actresses, singers, whatever, and I try to not interview them, just like you're doing, like just talking. Conversation. Let's just talk, conversation. Let's see what's going on, and all of them have something in common. Either they play golf, or I'm trying to seduce them to play golf.
Don't you want to try?
Yeah. Don't you want to do this? And I always try to make an anecdote of something of golf with life. And that's mostly what the program is about, because I'm trying to build up this for the reality show that we want to do. And
where'd the concept come from to go from, okay, let's see, you don't play golf, and then you kind of draw them in, and I'm sure playing golf in the Dominican Republic is also helpful. Wouldn't you love to be on the golf course next to the ocean? And they start picturing themselves there. So I'm sure you reel them in that way too.
That's what's coming. Yeah.
But where'd the concept come from?
I don't know. I just started we just started these ideas coming in, It's like, hey, man, how can I do this sport? What can I do? And then it went one thing to the other, and that's what we have. We have a keynote presentation of the whole show now that I made in my computer. I'm very focused on that, and at the same time, I can just. I think the problem is I cannot stop creating. So
Yeah.
if I'm not creating something, it doesn't matter where it goes. I'm not looking for the result. I'm looking for the way, to pave the way to make it. And once I'm doing it, it gives me some kind of peace. You know, I have to be creating something. I have to be inventing something. I always have to be, if I'm not working in a soap opera like I'm now, I'm like that. I'm producing, trying to get funds to do a movie. And right now, I'm going to go try to pitch this reality show to somebody.
Right.
And I don't know, it's always something that I have. And like I said, next week I'm going to Colombia and they invited me to this award ceremony. I'm going to sing, and then I'm going to give an award to this very famous guy, whatever, in Colombia. And I'm going like, yeah, great. I'll meet somebody there. I'll meet somebody there that something can happen.
I think that is one of the greatest things though, too, because a lot of times people say, oh, this will be a great time to network. And like, it's so transactional, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you're not networking, you're relationship building, right? Because you might meet somebody today that, or there in Colombia, that you're talk to, you know, maybe nothing in common at the moment or nothing that, but then, you know, you just kind of keep chatting and say hi or whatever.
Yeah.
And then eventually you're like, oh my gosh, I remember this person, and it might come back around that something might come up at that time for it. Do you find that a lot of times people are looking for something from you, and as opposed to they're just kind of asking, oh, hey, you're a star, you're an actor. Can you do this for me? And as opposed to saying, oh, wow, I bet you he's really interested. I bet you I could learn something from him to build that relationship. What is your thought on that?
It's crazy. Everybody's different. You know, the thing is, that's a great question. Everybody's trying to look out for number one, what I always say. Now there's a lot of, even I think going back to social media, I think social media has opened up that everybody has like this little window, this little thing. So one thing that's happening, I think is happening with every human being, even the top presidents or the presidents of a lot of nations around the world, their ego is so boosted, so bloated that it always has to be about them.
Yeah.
And then what happens when people come up to you or want to do something, it's crazy. It was before that you felt like a little bit of respect. Right now, there's a lot of disrespect. Disrespect means that a lot of people think that because everybody has to have certain type of followers, or if people are judged now by your followers.
Yeah. How many?
When you have to be judged by other stuff.
Absolutely.
I think it has to be some kind of other meaning. But when people, I have an antenna. I have a thing that I know when people are like being sincere, they want to really make a business or a relationship or something. But I always say, if I don't bring value to what you're telling me, I don't want to be a part of it. But I will know right away if you bring value to what I want to do, because this has to be even.
Of course,
it's not you taking care of me. If you do that, I'll block you. I'll take you down, and I'll do it right away. And I've done it all the time, because there's a lot of people that really want to take advantage of you.
Of course,
but they're being stupid, and that's the word. They're being dumb. They don't have a vision, because when you're good with somebody and you make it and you do, hey, I could bring this. This is the value I have. Hey, with you here, this value, this thing, we could make it to the next level. And that's what I really want. I really want to be next to people who bring value.
Yeah.
That want to make business, that want to make things, they want to make their lives better. That's what I'm really looking for. If I don't see that, I'll just buy.
Right.
I don't care. It's not bad. I don't have time to be losing with people like that.
Right.
And the world is full of those
yes,
kind of people.
unfortunately. And not authentic. This is a great transition, because this is a question that I had in my mind before. You know, you've been in in these movies, you've been in Hollywood, you've been in this the music business. What is the most difficult decision that you had to make where you knew that possibly it would bring you to a different level, but you knew that your integrity would be sacrificed?
No, I haven't done that. I haven't got to a point that maybe there's been crossroads that I could say, if I do this, maybe things will go better. Yeah. But at the same time, there's something in me that I say, you know what? I don't want to do something that makes me famous that is not backed up by my talent.
Right.
If my talent, not a scandal, not a this, not a that. I always put myself this example. I say, hey, one day if I'm out there in the world and life would have happened and let's say a Jennifer Lopez would have liked you, you know, like and I go, not because of her. It's great. It's like, I don't know if I really want to be that scrutinized and that
Right.
type of thing, you know. I'm like these actors that want to be like low key. I want to just be around and live my life and not be with a million paparazzis.
Right, right. That's a difficult
like a lot of
life.
people want to be. I want to be cool. I want to do my stuff and just do my entertainment and be at a nice level and try to do other types of
Right.
business on the side. That's what I want to do, really, because it's very, very hard to be always in the eyes of millions and millions of people. It's very hard. I admire the Kardashians so much. It's so hard to be a Kardashian.
I'm sure.
People don't know that.
Well, hard
People
to
are
be a
gonna say, what the
Kardashian,
hell is
Jennifer
Anthony
Lo-
saying?
Yeah.
It's very hard to be a Kardashian. It's very hard to be a Jennifer Lopez. It's very hard to be a Ben Affleck. It's very hard to be the big actors. It's very hard even to be Sandra
A
Bullock.
Taylor
And she's
Swift,
so humble.
it's Sandra
And all these
Bullock,
people that
all
I've
of them.
worked with. I've worked with so many huge people, Oscar winners and all that. And this thing, it's very hard. It's not that I don't want to win an Oscar. I would love it. But it's all these things that come with that
Of course.
fame that comes and goes and it is so gossipy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
So gossipy that I'm not interested.
The hate, the negativity, because
I'm not interested in that.
the bigger the platform,
Yeah.
the greater it is. It can be. You can do it for many great things, but you have to have thick skin
Oh, totally.
to deal with all of the criticism that you're going to have as well.
Yeah.
When you think about now, you're also working towards a movie on the life of a Dominican baseball player. And that inspired you because you felt the story needs to be told.
Totally.
One of the things that you had mentioned in the previous show, in the Spanish one, is that, you know, it's 3.5 years now from start to where you are now, and you're just you're still just getting the ball rolling and stuff like
Totally.
that. For people out there, again, who think that, you know, it's just quick to make a film, or it's easy to make something, why isn't it?
Well, everything has a process, you know, and if you want to do something, just grab your cell phone and do it. You could do it. There's a lot of good things that are out there. Anybody who wants to do something just has to do it. But the thing is, if you have certain standards and I want to do something very good, I want to do something that when I take it to a platform like Netflix and I say, hey, here's the movie, and they will tell me, I want to show that there. Not everything that a lot of people make in the world has that quality that they need or they want, because that's the thing. I just mentioned Netflix to mention one. There's a lot of platforms. There's Amazon. There's HBO Max now. There's this
Prime,
Paramount, Prime, everything. There's a lot of is growing.
Yeah.
You know it. But anyways, whatever they're gonna tell you is that you have to have certain quality, a certain standard.
Of course.
And to aspire for that, you need time and you need to make it good. And I really want to feel proud of something that you do. And just, I think You have to give it a little time. It becomes a fight between, you want to do it quickly, yeah, but you have to do it right. So I'd rather do it right, even if it takes a little bit more time, because at the end of the day, I say nobody's waiting for me. That's always been my deal in my career. Like, nobody's waiting for me to come out in a movie. Nobody's waiting for me to come out in a soap opera. Nobody's waiting for me, and that's what I always use, and that gives me so much peace.
Yeah.
Because nobody's waiting for me to take out a song. So when you say that, it gives you peace. Or it gives me peace. Because I have my own timing. If I do a soap opera, good. I'm out there. If I do a movie, great. I'm doing it great. I'm anxious for a movie that I did that I wanted to come out. And it's the first movie in this genre. Is called a horror film. I did a horror film. It's called You Lose, You Die, with Charlotte Flair. That's the daughter of Ric Flair, the WWE queen. She's the biggest wrestler star right now. With Charlotte and Freddie Rodriguez. Us three, we were the leads in this horror film that I'm just crazy to see. I hope it comes out because I've never done something in horror, and I was chopping off heads and all. That's great. I loved it.
Love it.
Mask and this. It was a total different character that I came out, and it's called Mr. Creep. The character.
Mr.
I loved
Creep.
it. I loved it. They send me I said, wow, this is great, and I do another voice of one of those mean. Things there that mannequins or whatever. It's so cool. I want to see that. But that's me just being like an audience, man. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see that. It should be cool.
You said that you hope it comes out.
No. I hope it comes out soon. I don't know when it's going to come out.
It's coming out.
The editor told me that, it's going to take a little more time. And I'm like, I wanted to see it in October. I wanted to see it Halloween.
Yes.
I wanted to see it this year. And everybody's like very anxious to see it. The actors and everybody.
Okay, so explain to me then what, you obviously you filmed it. Yeah. What is the logistics then of when it comes out?
That's a great question too. The thing is, when you are hired as an actor, you don't have the power. That's what a lot of people don't know. You're hired as an actor, you just film the movie, you just do what it is, and then you go home. Then it's not your problem, because it's the director's problem, the producer's problem, and everybody else involved, and they will do whatever the hell they want, and they will take their sweet little time, and they will do whatever they want to. Us actors are like, I wish it comes out because that can help my career.
Right.
I wish this does this, that. I hope that. And then you don't know because you don't have the power. But now that I'm going to produce a film, I'm going to be in the same position.
Right.
So even if I do, I don't know when I'm going to take it out. Maybe we don't have enough budget for the post-production to be exactly the way we want it. So it's going to take a little more time. So this, that, the editing, I don't like that. We have to do some reshoots. So there's a lot of things that go into making a real good movie.
Right.
And sometimes and even in the States, like now the movie theaters, what do? You go direct to platform, or you go to a movie theater? To do a marketing for the film to the movie, it takes a lot of money too. Yeah. You have to spend a lot of money. Then is it worth it? Is this movie going to bring in the people? But then it's a lot of things that go. Yeah. Then this becomes like let me go back to that question that you asked me about. What do you tell the kids? And I say, this first and foremost, that's the way you say it, it's a business. So you are an artist only the time when they say action and cut. There you are an artist. People tend to be an artist all the time. It's good for them. I am an artist, or try to be an artist, between action and cut. Then after that, I have to be a businessman. I have to manage my career as a business. If I don't do that, I'm
right. How did you learn that? Because I think that that's really, really important. Because when we think about, I want to be an actor. I want to be an actress. A lot of people get taken over. A lot of people get used and abused. Right?
Red carpet.
Right. So tell me, where did you learn that? And what is an important thing for somebody who is maybe just about to make it or is auditioning right now or doing those kind of things? What is that important business lesson or lessons that they need to know before that they should know that you've learned?
I think this business has changed so much that that you cannot be waiting in your house to get a call to be hired. That's the problem. So now you have to reinvent yourself in whatever you can. And that's happening all the time. And you have to do your own projects. You have to get your talent out there. And if it's through social media, you have to do it. Do it. Do whatever you want. There's no rules anymore.
Right.
The rules of the game changed. And the people who don't understand that will stay behind.
Yeah.
And it's sad sometimes, but that's the way it is. So right now, I'm not waiting for somebody to call me to make a movie. I'm going to make the movie I want. And if I want to give myself a character like I'm going to do now, because I think I could contribute, add some value to it. If not, I will hire another actor.
Right.
And I'm even thinking about that. I'm telling you, as a businessman, now as a producer or whatever.
Right.
I'm even saying, I don't even know if I want to do that character. Maybe I'll find an actor that can do it like that.
Right.
I'm like tossing up and down ideas. And now the more I try to do something like that, the more I put myself in other people's shoes. That's what I tell actors. Don't be afraid. Just be yourself and just try to be the best that you can in the audition process and bring your own flavor. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they hire you or not. They will remember you for something else.
Right.
And that's what people get very scared in auditions and tests, because we don't want to, as humans, we don't want to fail. You know, we want to do it good, but all that pressure that we put on ourselves, it just paralyzes your talent in a way. So I always tell them, you have to be the artist when you're on stage doing a theater play, or when you're learning whatever. But you cannot be an artist all the time, because I ask all these big actors or they're business people.
Right.
How many businesses, we're talking about Jennifer Lopez, where do you not see her?
Right.
In a guest ad, in a coach ad. And she has a business. She's producing. She's singing, but she's at the same time, she's doing
she's
a movie.
acting.
Yes, she's acting, but she's producing a series too. She's executive producer. She's doing a judge in a reality show, American Idol. I don't even remember how many things, but that means she's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
She sells shoes. She has her brand in it. She sells bags.
Vitamins,
I don't know.
Or, she
Whatever.
had a vitamin brand too.
That's the same thing Beyonce, the same thing Jay-Z. I'm talking about these big people. They are business people that sell entertainment as the front to open up
the doors,
the rest of the things. And that's what you got to learn from them. It's not entertainment only.
Right.
It's the business behind the entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It's interesting, but one of the things, and we're about to end here, but one of the things that I love that you said is like, I would like to play that person in the movie that you're going to, but if I don't feel I'm good in, like, not that you're not good in it, but if I don't feel like I'm the right person for that role, then I won't be in that role. And I think that takes a lot of humility, strength, and understanding that the project is more important than you just, it's not a promotion for yourself.
I'm really thinking about it. I think I jumped to I want to act again, but maybe not. I don't know.
You'll know.
That's the good thing. I don't know in times, but
you'll know.
Anyways, I'm just happy that things are moving along with that, and it's a new adventure. And always, all you young people out there, and not so young, it doesn't matter. The good thing about the acting world, one of the good things that has the acting world, even so difficult, is that it doesn't matter about age. When you're a sports person, you have like a certain Not in golf, because in golf you can be 79 years old and
Longevity.
you can be the president of whatever it is, and you can say that you're the best, and even if not, you're a very bad golfer.
Right. That is true. That is true.
And no pun intended. You know who I'm talking about. He's huge. And that's another thing. But in sports life, like in baseball, basketball, and football, they have this time frame that you have to be very young, very strong to be a basketball player. To be only a couple of people are freaks. You know, they go into their 40s and playing good. You know, like Tom Brady or LeBron James, whatever. But as an actor, you could be playing the granddad when you're 80 something. It doesn't matter. You're playing the dad. I used to play the hot little boy, whatever, or the boyfriend. Now I'm the dad. You see, so everything goes evolutions. There's a transition. So that's the good thing about the acting career. It doesn't have like an expiration. No, it doesn't have. You just transition into different characters. How your life is transitioning, if that's what you're gonna keep on pursuing. You know. So
I love it.
Good.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We'll have to golf sometime. I would love to do that.
Totally.
I love golfing.
Golf.
Yes.
I'm
one of my favorites.
I'm on a mission to put a lot of people to play golf.
Yes. No, but that's wonderful. So
and join Team de Novela. You know?
Yes, Team de Novela. So thank you, everybody. It was Anthony Alvarez. Thank you so much. How can they find you on social media?
Anthony Alvarez, AA. That's ANTHONY ALVAREZ as in zebra, then AA. Yes. That's me right there.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of What's Up Punta Cana with Christy Maggio. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Every Friday at 7 p.m., Punta Cana Hits presents What's Up Punta Cana with Christy Maggio, the #1 English talk show in the area, with the best that the Dominican Republic and the rest of the world have to offer.